It is Two Sheds Gabby back for another video. Today we'll do a nickel hunt. This is the last box that I have. I've had quite a few boxes that I've been going through since we got snowed in last week. Today we had a little bit of sunshine and we had above freezing weather, so I finally, today for the first time, dug myself out and got my vehicle out onto the road. I turned around and came back, but tomorrow, being Monday, I will venture out to the bank. I've got lots of coins to return to different bank branches, and it's been 2 weeks. I usually pick up coins at one bank every week, and I haven't been there for 2 weeks, so I don't know if they've got backup, but I'm sure they'll have something for me there. But I have one box of nickels left. I'm going to try to get through these tonight. And I don't know if I'm running out of bags to put my coins in, unless I want to split them up in even smaller bags. So I don't know what I'll do. But I do want to get through these, and I'm sure I'll pick up some more tomorrow. But let's see what we find today. Well, I'm in my second row, and looky here, a 2009. This one is, I don't know. It looks, is that just worn? It looks like it's an odd strike. Put it next to another one similar. It looks like something happened differently. It could just be wear, but it doesn't just look like wear to me. I could be wrong. But it looks like it was struck a little bit differently. Anyway, there we go, a 2009. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Philadelphia. I don't remember which one was the most. Let me see here. The Philadelphia is the least minted. Well, that's cool. Got the rarer of the two. Pretty neat. I have to say, though, I'm really, really hoping to get a silver today. I have not had one in a little while. Ugh. The green. Yep. And I won't turn down a 24D at all. The last coin in the fifth row is a 1947. Philadelphia. I did find a couple rows back a 59, so that's two of them I have for my collecting hoard. I am now all the way up to the end of the 14th row, and I have, previous to this, a couple rows back, I found another 1959. That makes two of them. And here is a 1940. I believe that's a D that's been scratched. 1940 D. So I've got two from the 40s and two from the 50s. I feel like every box I go through, I'm just getting a little bit fewer of the older coins than I got from the previous box. This is the 15th row, and looky here, another 2009. I have been getting, I went a year ago, I hardly ever saw 2009. And, well, within the last year, obviously this is just the second week of the first month of this year, but within the last year, I've gotten a pretty good handful of these guys. This is a Denver 2009. That's two already in this box, a D and a P. That's pretty wild. Folks, I have been looking up and just trying to find answers on the production and the releases and all this of the 2024s. Boy, that's a mess. Wow. But the sides are worn, so I'm guessing that's external post mint. But I found a site today that said, why are so few printed? And it said that the not publicly disclosed. It did say that it could be for metal supply reasons or for economic consideration. And I haven't read of any extra special concerns in the um, nickel or copper supplies. We do know that they are shortening, but nothing significant this year has happened other than it's just supply is slowly getting less than demand, and it's just going to continue that way in the foreseeable future. But anyway, the other reason, economic concerns, which is interesting. When was the last time we had a significant less mintage year? 2009. Big economic bad year. And this year has really been pretty terrible. There are a few good things that have happened, but the economy in this country is really, really poor right now. And with the floods and floods and floods of people that are coming in some of them work, but lots of them don't. Lots of them, in fact, the vast majority of them are simply taking the free handouts. And it's just killing our economy. I'm all the way up to the 18th roll now, and here is a 1953. The D and Philadelphia mintages are both low, but the Philadelphia is lower. Okay, this is the D, and the D had a little over 59 million made. That's pretty low mintage, folks. Supply and demand obviously has things to do. In the supply and demand could also be as a result of the bad economy. There's just not as much request from the mint prints them, and then they sell them at face value to the Federal Reserves. And then the Federal Reserves are contracted. They either sell to the big commercial banks or to the places like Brinks and Loomis. They have contracts with them. And so if they're not getting orders, then that information goes back. I think the headquarters for who makes that decision is at the San Francisco Mint, and they determine at some point how much production to make the next year. I just popped open the 20th roll, and right there on the end, I didn't look closely at them when I was rummaging through them, but there is another 2009. That's the third in this box. I've got people telling me they can't hardly find them, and I've gotten 3 in this box already, and I'm not halfway through. It's a Denver. I think that's probably the nicer one of the 3. That's really cool, in my opinion. I at least like hitting those. Pretty nifty. So there's a coin that's out this year that I haven't heard anybody talk about it. Let me know if you have. And that is the Philadelphia Roosevelt dime. Did you know that that's pretty low mintage too? It's lower mintage than the Philadelphia 2024 nickel. 75 million. And the 2024 nickel is 79 million. What do you think about that? But the way I do dimes with my machine now, it's not very likely that I'll find any. But if you're searching through dimes, looking for other things and not doing it the way I do with the machine, I would start holding on to the 2024 Philadelphia dimes if I was you. The Denver dimes are only 123 million. I read that the total production of the dimes, Philadelphia and Denver combined, was only 12% of what they produced last year. 12, off by 88%. That's way less. Way less. Wow. And speaking of less, the Philadelphia nickel this year they minted over 600 million less this year than they did last year. And the Denver, they minted over 700 million less this year than they did last year. Again, way lower numbers. We'll take a look at this one. Is that heads or tails? Oh my goodness. Is it even a nickel? Let me turn my scale on, see how much that guy weighs. 4.9 grams. Regular nickel is 5. Yep, 5 grams. So I guess it is a nickel. Oh, I think I see the eyes right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see the face there a little bit. This is a 2024D. Oh, wow. That's a mess. While I was snickering, I was just thinking about that old cartoon. I think it was the Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. Oh, look. A buffalo nickel, and it looks like it's in good shape there. We may have a date. Oh, yeah. 1937. Philadelphia. Oh, that's a nice one. Golly. That is really cool. Wonder what that marking is under the 37. I think all the mint marks on the buffaloes was on the back. But that is just totally cool. That's really nice. There's still some detail in the feathers. Oh man. Pretty nifty. Pretty nifty indeed. Anyway, that old cartoon, and that seems like I remember they're riding a bicycle built for 3, and the Papa Bear would put his feet up, and then the Mama Bear put her feet up, and then the Baby Bear was just pedaling like crazy to try to keep him going. And the Papa Bear would make a siren like a policeman. Something like, it's been a long time since I've seen it. Oh, that was a pretty good old cartoon back in the day. The Saturday morning cartoons. Pitter patter the feet on the living room rug. The end of the 23rd row, and here's a 1948. The S is the semi-key date, and there's only 11 million made. Let's see, the Denver, I think, had like 40, and then the Philadelphia, oh, I'll just have to look, I can't remember, 89 million, still under 100. But the S and the P are both pretty low mintage for sure. And this is the Philly. This is the most production, but it's still under 100 million. 48 Philadelphia. Oh, I also found another 59. That's 3 of those I have found now. Well, I still hope we get a 2024 or a silver. At this point, I'd rather find the silver because I have found a couple of 2024s lately. Here's one similar to the one worn in the last box, only this one ain't worn quite as bad. You can still see the center of the building. That's that's kind of neat, actually. Third row in the second half of the box, and we wouldn't want to have a box without our old friend, the 1946. Let's hope for an S, because there's only 13 million of those. Philadelphia, there's more of them than the others. 1946. I've been getting a bunch of them. I guess my wife has some traveling on her mind now that our vehicle's out. She just sent me a picture that says, when you say camping, if you mean my hotel room faces the woods, then yes, I want to go camping. Oh, I think she's wanting to get out and do something, which is fine by me. You know, I got 3 2009s and a dated Buffalo nickel, so I can't complain. I mean, that's pretty cool getting that. I sure do want a silver. I would even settle for, well, I ain't gonna say that. I'll take what I get, but I hope for a few other things. Fifth row in the second half of the box, and I believe that says 53. I think that's what it says. Or is that 55? No, I believe that's 50. I believe that's 53. It is a D, 53D. This one ain't in too good a condition. Seventh row in the second half of this box of nickels, and we come to, I believe this is the second 1940. The D and the S of the lower mintages. And guess what? It's Philadelphia. That's A-okay. I don't mind. Maybe another old one. Or 66. Okay. It is 9 o'clock. My wife's going to go to bed early tonight. She's sore. Oh, there's a 57. She gets rambunctious when we get out doing that sort of stuff. I'm like, slow down. 57D. Come on. Next row, and this is a 1941. The D and the S are relatively low mintage. The Philadelphia has a couple 100 million. And it is, again, the Philadelphia. That's what we get here in Philadelphia, is Philadelphia coins. Except that I'm not in Philadelphia. I've been to Philadelphia. Trivia. What city has the most bridges in the country? Do y'all know that one? Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania has the most. 10th row in the second half of the box. And here's a 1949. And actually, all of these are relatively low mint. Even the Philadelphia only has 60 million. And then D is less. I think the 49 is what, 19? No, 9 million. That's really low mintage. What do we got? Philadelphia. What? I'm getting all Philadelphia tonight, just about. But that's pretty cool. I guess I'm getting as many in this box as I did the last box. Pretty nice coins. I certainly did get a kick out of finding that Indian head. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I forget how many bridges it is, but I did read somewhere that they had the, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't even know what to say on the other side of the country of what's going on, folks. The fires. I just read just a couple hours ago that over 12,000 structures are already burned. And the fires, the wind is blowing hard, and it's just going to keep getting worse. There's a 1939. The P has tons. The DRS are very nice to find, and I almost never ever find them. But look at that! Oh my goodness, is that an S? Oh my goodness, it is. 1939 S. Wow, that's what they call one of the key dates. How many is that? 6 million. Wow. This guy is going to go in a little 2x2. 39S. Cool beans. Wow. That's really neat. Really, really neat. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that. Another old one. 41. What do we get? Well, I didn't even see the mint. No, it's Philadelphia. Okay. Man. Okay. I'll shut up. Pretty good. Pretty good. Second half of the box, row 2. And here's my Canadian. Got to get one every box. 1974. Row. I say row. Roll is what I'm supposed to say. Rolled. Oh, I remember back in the days, George Carlin and his silliness. Back before he cussed all the time. He did an album called Takeoffs and Put-Ons or something like that. He was talking about going to the movies, and he was, hopefully I'm a credit to my row. Maybe we'll get row of the year. Oh, he was a pretty funny dude. 12th roll in the second half. Another 1946. Again, we prefer the D or the S. And again, we get a Philadelphia. Let's see if something else will pop out at us. Well, folks, here's another 1940. This is the 13th row, which is the next row. And again, we're looking for the D or the S, preferably. This has got to be at least the third 1940. My 1940 stack is definitely bigger than the 50s this time. Oh, look at there. D, that's nice. That's cool. 43 million. That's pretty low mintage. Very nice. I've got some good coins tonight, actually. I certainly have. We were watching a British show. I prefer British shows because so much of the Hollywood stuff I'm just not caring for. So we just turned to British several years ago. Theirs is starting to get the same way, but at least they're different. Different characters. Everybody doesn't have to be beautiful. They don't care if they're just average-looking people and they act average. And I like that. But anyway, I heard a word I had never heard of. A person said that this other person was poodling. Or pootling. I looked it up. It's spelled Pootling. Is that poodling or pootling? But I had never heard it before. It is a person moving slowly without a specific purpose. I am poodling along. In the next two rows, I got a 54 and a 56. Philadelphia, Denver. 20th row inside box. 20th row in the second half. Just 5 rows to go and we're done. And here is another 1939. What do we get? Philadelphia. That's pretty neat though. Pretty old coin. 58. Denver. Well, there's just one less of the 50s and the 40s now, but we do have 2 from the 30s as well. Three rows to go and another 1940. That's several in this box. Got a dent. And it's another Philadelphia. Just a couple of rows to go. I'm starting to think I won't get my 2024 silver this box, but I think it's still been a pretty productive box. In those last couple of rows, I got one more Canadian nickel. But I remembered that one of my nickel books needed the 1939S, so I got it right there. There's the 2009s, 2Ds, and a P. The Buffalo, I've got another place to put it. I got some pretty good of the low mintage 40s there. Even a couple of the 30s are relatively low, 50s are relatively low mintage. You know, I didn't get the silver and I didn't get the 24, but I got some good stuff. I can't complain. Not at all. That is going to be it. We'll see you next time.